How did the terrible mistake happen? The terrible series of mistakes? How could your consciousness be the issue of his commonplace seed and her dull egg? Birth was the first terrible mistake. The transmigration of souls might explain such a mix-up on such a vast scale. In a previous incarnation you were one of them, and now a trace memory lingers to torture you. You are a foundling, perhaps, or the bastard byblow of a ducal indiscretion, farmed off on those woeful people you are obliged to call your parents. Firstly, the name. Ashley. 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 Write it and say it how you like it. It just won't do. There's a beery Panatella reek of travelling salesmen in tinted glasses and sheepskin car coats. Ashley is a PE teacher. Ashley says, "Cheers, mate," and "Watch a sunshine." Ashley drives a Vauxhall. Ashley wears nylon shirts and cotton polyester mixed trousers that are sold as leisure slacks. Ashley eats dinner at lunchtime and supper at dinner time. Ashley says toilet. Ashley hangs fairy lights around the double-glazed window frames at Christmas. Ashley's wife reads the Daily Mail and puts ornaments on the television. Ashley dreams of tarmac driveways. Ashley will never do anything in the world. Ashley is cursed. Mum and Dad gave you that name. Don't say Mum and Dad. Mama and Papa, with the emphasis on the final syllable. Mama and Papa. Well, perhaps not. That might over-egg the pudding. Note, always pudding, never dessert or, heaven help us, sweet. Mother and Father is better. Mother and Father gave you that name. And the criminal part of it is that as a name it's only just off. Roy or Lee or Kevin or Dean or Wayne, they're the real thing, echt Lumpenproletariat. Dennis and Desmond and Leonard and Norman and Colin and Neville and Eric are revolting, but they are honest. Ashley, though. It's a Howard or a Lindsay or a Leslie kind of a name. It's nearly there. It seems to be trying to be there, and that surely is the saddest thing of all. Americans don't have this trouble, do they? With names and the implications of names. The one Ashley, in fact, who might be said to have had a touch of class, was American. Ashley in Gone with the Wind. So classy that they called him Eshley. In the film, Leslie Howard never even tried to give him an American accent. Leslie and Howard. Two disgusting names for the price of one. But then Leslie Howard wasn't English. He was Hungarian, and to him, no doubt, fresh off the boat, Leslie and Howard seemed posh. The word posh is right out, unsayable. But seemed posh, there's the rub. What people think is smart is so far from what actually Ashley is. You might think silver fish knives would be pretty bloody pucker, but fish knives of any kind are an absolute no. You might as well put doilies round them and abandon all hope of social pretension. But it isn't about social pretension. It's about the ache. Look, some males grow up with a feeling that they're in the wrong body, don't they? A woman trapped inside a man. Isn't it possible, then, that some people might grow up, as it were, patricians imprisoned within plebeian bodies, just knowing that they have been born into the wrong class? But it isn't about class. It's about the hunger. Oh, but Ashley, you poor sap, can you actually believe that you're supposed to be of their world? Don't you know that it's a world you can only be born into? But that's so unfair. If he wanted, a man can become American. He can become Jewish. He can, like Leslie Howard, make himself not just English, but a symbol of all that England ever stood for. He can become a Londoner, a Muslim, a woman, a man, or a Russian. But he can't become a... nearly said gentleman there, didn't you? But what is the word? An aristo, a knob, a public school toff, a one of them. You can't become one of them, even if you feel yourself to be one of them in the deepest pit of you, even if you know in your innermost knowing self that it is your right, your destiny, your need, and your duty, even if you know that you could do it better. And that's the truth. You would carry it off with so much more style. Carry off the ease that belies any sense of anything at all having to be carried off, if that isn't too baroque. Carry off that natural, effortless, taking it all for granted air. But the opportunity has been denied you because of the terrible mistake of your birth.